Hi, this is Kevin, and this is a presentation about nouns, which is Chapter 6 in our textbook. We will be studying Chapter 6 and nouns this week and next week. And we don't have time to talk about everything in this chapter, so we're going to focus on three things: plural forms, prepositions, and using adjectives with nouns. Okay, so what are nouns? Nouns are literally everything. A noun is a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. So if it's something you can see, something you can touch, something you can observe or think about in your mind, that's a noun. Everything. This also includes pronouns, which are words like he, she, it, we, they, us, all those words. Prepositions, these are words in English. There's not so many of them: of, on, in, onto, about, all of those words. Okay. Excuse me. And adjectives, these are words that describe or give some information about nouns. Okay. So these are words like smart or big, like a smart girl or the big bank. Okay. So please remember these words. We need to understand these words to talk about the grammar this week and next week. Let's look at an example. Kevin put his laptop on the desk. So we have three nouns: Kevin, his laptop, the desk, right? And in English, excuse me, we always have this word order, right? Subject, then the verb, then the object. In this sentence, we have three nouns, and Kevin is the subject, put is the verb. His laptop is an object of the verb. That's why it's after the verb. And then what's this? Again, on is a preposition, and then after a preposition, we have a noun, and that's called the object of the preposition. Okay. So these are the three nouns. Can be in only three places in English. They can be here at the beginning as the subject before a verb, or they can be after the verb, which means they're the object of a verb, or they can be after a preposition, and that means they are the object of a preposition. So nouns are in those three places. Okay. And you don't have to have a prepositional phrase, a preposition in a sentence, but you can have many, like this example. So here, I was born in a small room in a hospital in the city of Parma in Northeast Ohio at 8:15 in the morning on the 13th day of August in the year 1984. So this is a very long sentence, and I continued to add more and more prepositions and prepositional phrases in this sentence. But really, you don't need to have all of these, right? It's kind of hard to read a sentence that long. So you can have as many as you want. That's okay. The grammar is still perfectly fine. But even if you have zero prepositional phrases, that's okay. Your sentence can still be grammatically correct. I can put a period right here. I can say, I was born, period. Then I have my subject here, I, and my verb, was born, here. That's a full sentence. All of these prepositional phrases are just extra. Okay. But if you have a preposition, you must always have a noun after that. So here, in a small, this is an adjective, but here is my noun: room. In a hospital is a noun, it's a place. In the city, that's a noun. Okay. Just like that. So here's the first thing we are going to focus on, and this is extremely important for English grammar, and it's this is the plural forms of nouns. And it seems very easy, and I know you probably studied this on your first or second day of English class many years ago, but students make mistakes with this form, and this is important because well, I'll tell you in a moment. Let's look first. Okay. So this is from our textbook. This is chart 6.1. It's on page 147. And in English, we have singular forms and plural forms. So that singular means one, plural means more than one, right? So usually it's just S, but sometimes it's ES, and the spelling is sometimes different. Okay, so there's a chart here that shows you all of these. I won't go over everything right now in this presentation. The spelling is not such a big deal nowadays because the computer will usually spell check for you and tell you if you have a mistake, so it'll fix it for you. But it is important to know that about the pronunciation because when you're speaking or when you're listening, they can have a different pronunciation for the S or ES plural in English. The first way, it has three different ways. The first way is S sound or S or S after voiceless sounds. What's a voiceless sound? That means sounds like T, P, or K. So seats, maps, lakes. It's like a S sound. But it sounds like Z after voiced sounds. So sounds like D, W. It sounds like Z. So seeds, stars, holes, laws. And then it sounds like uz after sounds like sh, ch, s, z, j, or j. Okay, so dishes, matches, classes, sizes, pages, judges. So these two s and z don't add a syllable, but uz adds an extra syllable. So it's dish, dishes, seat, seats, one syllable. But dish, one syllable, dishes, dishes. This becomes two syllables. So those are the pronunciation of the plural when you're speaking. When we're writing, like I said, usually the computer tells us. And the important thing to remember is this is a serious, if you make a mistake with this, it's a serious error. And when I mean a serious error, this is a part of the grammar that native speakers or very fluent speakers almost never make mistakes with. And if you do make a mistake with this form of the noun, it will cause a misunderstanding or a miscommunication. So usually when you make a mistake with this form or you use the wrong one, the communication will have a breakdown and someone will say, "What?" or "What did you say? What do you mean?" Or someone will not understand clearly what is happening. So this is unfortunately serious. It's a little bit boring and not so fun, but you have to memorize the forms. So if you're not sure, check your dictionary or check the computer online or something. But you have to try to remember. And there's some rules here about the spelling, which we don't need to worry too much about. But this should be good for you to review. And then in English, the regular one is es, but sometimes we have some irregular ones down here, gh and I. We have some irregular plural forms like child, children, foot, feet, tooth, teeth. These are old forms from the grammar several hundred years ago, and in the old grammar, the way to make the plural forms was to change the vowel sound, not add s. So now the modern grammar, it's very easy, just add s or es. But a long time ago, they changed the vowel sound or some forms. So these ones you just have to remember. Okay. And English, very similar to Japanese. English is a language that loves to borrow words from other languages. So some words that are from a foreign language, like bacterium, will use a different plural form, like bacteria. So those ones, you will see those ones more commonly in academic writing and things. Okay, so that's plural forms. Next is prepositions. Prepositions in English, there are not so many. Here's a list here. I think there's 9. 36, right? Maybe about 45 here, 36 or 45. You you have to know these, okay? In English, there's not so many prepositions. I forget exactly how many there are in the language, but it's not so many, and they're extremely common. And you will absolutely, if you're reading in English and listening in English and speaking or writing, you will absolutely see them, hear them, and you must use them. Okay, so you have to understand these words. So you can pause this video right now or look in your textbook on page 153. Look at this list of prepositions, okay? If you understand these words, you know them, great. If you can use them, that's better. But if you see a word that you don't know, I don't know, maybe for example, throughout, maybe this might be new for a couple students. If you don't know this word, then check the dictionary and memorize it. You have to know these, okay? So please take a few minutes and check your dictionary, memorize the words that you don't know because you have to know these words, okay? And the last thing we will talk about is adjectives. And this is pretty easy, but I often find that students, even if they know adjectives and they understand, they don't use them so much when they write or speak in English. So I wanted to focus on this this week and next week. So adjectives in Japanese, I think the word is keiyoshi, and these in English they usually come before the noun. It's English speakers like to put them before the noun. So in this example A, Bob is reading a good book. Good is the adjective, and we usually like to put it before the noun. Okay, and you can put these before nouns all the time. Like in B, the tall woman wore a new dress. Tall and new are adjectives. Okay. The only other thing, and I don't think usually Japanese speakers don't have trouble with this, but other languages will change. Sometimes other languages change adjectives to match the number of the noun, but in English we don't do that. So there's no number for adjectives. It's just beautiful. We don't say beautiful's flowers. We don't have to do that. And it's also adjectives. Usually we put them before the noun, but sometimes they will come after a be verb. So like we can say, roses are beautiful. His shirt was white. Okay, so this one comes after the be verb. That's completely fine too. But it's more common to put them in front of the noun. Okay, I think that is all the information I have to give you about nouns right now in this presentation. Sorry, it's a little bit long. And good luck with the activities in the textbook and online this week. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.